Today is Wednesday, December the 9th. It is morning in Los Angeles and it's morning in America. I am your host, Casey Phoenix, and this is my morning political thought. This is going to be really short this morning because I'm a little bit pressed for time and working on some other things. But I want to just bring to your attention what happened yesterday. This is so funny to me. I had said before, back in one of my episodes, probably about maybe 3 weeks ago, I said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's whenever Amy Coney Barrett was about to be put on the bench. And the title of the episode was, I hate to be the bearer of bad news in regards to SCOTUS or about SCOTUS or something like that. And I said, my main point during that is that you never know how justices will vote when they put the robe on. And I'm not singling out Amy Coney Barrett in this particular episode. I'm just talking about in general with justices. Everyone thought that the Pennsylvania lawsuit, the one that was attached to Sean Parnell in regards to the constitutionality of what Pennsylvania did with altering how mail-in ballots work, because they went against the Pennsylvania Constitution, even though the Pennsylvania Supreme Court said, oh, well, no, you're just too late. But it was still against the Pennsylvania Constitution. And that particular case was the one that a judge said before the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that, hey, there's something here. You could go forward on the merits. And the judge let it go forward. Everyone was hanging their hopes on that case. And everyone was like, oh, Justice Alito, he was saying, he was giving the wink like, hey, you might have something here. You might have something here. And even Ted Cruz was talking about, hey, I'm ready to argue this case. If you guys need help on this, I'm ready to go before the Supreme Court and argue the case. And the Supreme Court, after everything's submitted and whatnot, the Supreme Court's like, well, no. And then, out of the blue, and I don't even think the president knew this was coming. I really, really don't. What's the AG's name of Texas? I want to say Ken. I'm doing this from memory here. Ken Paxton, if I'm not mistaken. Ken Paxton of Texas AG files a suit against several states, saying that basically what they did disenfranchised Texas voters because of how they changed things and diluted the vote and yada, yada, yada. And when Texas filed their suit, everyone was saying, okay, that's creative, but the Supreme Court they're just going to be like, we do not care about this. And then the Supreme Court's like, we want to hear more. This is what I'm talking about right here when it comes to the Supreme Court of the United States. Everyone was like, oh, the one in Pennsylvania, it's going to go. It's going to go. And then after the Supreme Court got everything and like, oh, well, nah, never mind. But then the one in Texas, everybody's like, yeah, it's creative and I doubt it'll get any traction. And then the Supreme Court's like, yeah, we want to hear more. So this is where we're at now. The case in Texas, which now, by the way, and some people say amicus. I've always heard amicus, not amicus brief, where someone basically attaches to the case because they're saying that they have standing as well. So I'll say amicus brief. Some people say amicus brief. I think they're saying the actual Latin term is amicus, but usually in regular everyday language, everyone says amicus. So I believe it's Louisiana has attached themselves to this now. Florida, I'm trying to think who else. Louisiana, Florida, I want to say Alabama, South Carolina. I know a lot of southern states attached themselves to that Texas suit. So let the games begin. That's all I can say. But yeah, the Supreme Court of the United States is something else. It really is. Um, so that's where we're at now, is looking at that. And mind you, let me make this clear. Other stuff is still going on. Don't think that just because the Supreme Court's like, yeah, we want to hear more with the suit filed by Texas, that everything else has come to a halt. That's not the case. The stuff is still going on in Arizona, where they're looking to receive more evidence in the case. I believe it's the Arizona Supreme Court is saying, hey, we're willing to hear the case and hear what you have to say. Also, stuff is still going on in Michigan in regards to the Dominion voting machines, because they were able to gain access to the software of the Dominion voting machines. Also, stuff is going on in Wisconsin as well. Wisconsin is still low-hanging fruit. Also, stuff is going on in Georgia, which Georgia was close to calling a session, but then some stuff came up where it was the lieutenant governor, I believe, that pretty much yelled at all the Republicans and got them to change their minds at the last minute to sign on to doing the session to basically see if they could undo what's being done here. And then they changed their mind. And also because some Republican people in the legislature are scared in Georgia that they'll be doxxed and everything else. This is why I don't like when weak people are in power. Because weak people in power, it never ends well. It never does. You, in order to be in power, you have to make decisions, good, bad, and indifferent. But regardless, you still have to make decisions, and those decisions have to be based on what you believe is for the good of the people that you're representing. If you can't do that, you don't need to be in the position. That's just my personal take on it. But here we are. Like I said, we still, and Georgia is not over. It can't be over, especially after that tape that came out last week. So yeah, so many things are moving. But like I said before, with Supreme Court justices, you don't know what's going to happen when they put the robe on. You just don't know. So they ended up saying, I want to hear more on the one that everyone was like, nah, it's cute, but it probably doesn't have a chance. And then the one that everyone was saying, oh yeah, it's going to go before the Supreme Court. Yeah, they're going to win that. But the Supreme Court's like, we don't want to hear it. So maybe their logic is the one with Texas, because it covers so many states, they can kill so many birds with one stone. That might be their thinking. Who knows? But I will say that it is interesting. And like I said, all hell was going to break loose last week and this week, and it will continue. So yeah, that's all I have. Like I said, this was just a quick update on SCOTUS and what they decided to do. And I'm very curious on what will happen next over the next few days related to that particular case. So that's all I have. ThePurpleElephantShow.com, main podcasting platform. The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, the free speech platform. The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram. Also been uploading episodes on IGTV. And if you're watching this on BitChute, shout out to the BitChute community. You guys are awesome. YouTube or Daily Motion. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell for YouTube. That will let you know when I upload new videos. Until next time, guys, be blessed.